And let's hope this works out as intended. Okay, so anticipated. So yeah, okay. So let's see. Oh, it's half. Yep. So we're live now. Um, I okay. This is the first time I've streamed with a guest, so this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna introduce myself, and then my guest is gonna introduce herself. So, hello everyone. I'm Jumpy Studios. I'm Jumpy from Jumpy Studios. I haven't streamed in a long time, so I'm sorry. I'm a little bit out of the loop. So, basically, what's gonna happen? I said I'm gonna introduce my guest first, so let's do that. Vinyl, are you still with us?
Hi, hello. Yes, I'm Vinyl.
This reminds me of something. Like, hello, yes, I am insert name here. I feel like I've heard that. I feel like that's a joke from somewhere. Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
probably.
There's this podcast I listen to every now and then. It's called Tip of the Tongue. It's basically a podcast for content creators. And in there's like a joke of like where they talking about something, and then it's like, ah yes, hello, I am human. They I think they were basically talking about awkward voice acting and not sounding like you're a person, but rather an alien or a robot. Yes. Okay, so Vinyl, anything you wanna say about yourself before we start?
My channel is dead.
Oh, just gonna lead with that.
And scene.
And scene. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not great with streams, so I don't
Yeah.
really know.
Well, at the end of the stream, you'll get the chance to talk about anything you're currently working on, or just in general, anything you want to say. Right now, is there anything you want to tell us about you yourself? Like, it doesn't need to be much, just like one or two things. I'm showing full hand as I say one or two things.
Um, I don't know. Is um, I, I, I'm making Mother Chrysalis.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's the thing.
the audio drama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, co-making it. I'm co-director of
yeah.
Mother Chrysalis. I voice Rarity, not in the first episode because personal reasons. But episode 2 is in the works, and we are currently writing episode 3.
Hmm.
So, yeah. I'm British, by the way. I apologize if I slip into an American accent. It's a habit.
Yeah. Everyone who's watching, watch the Mother Chrysalis audio drama. I have done some art on one of the episodes, on the episode that is currently in the works, episode 2, right? No, was it episode 1? I forgot.
I,
I think it was episode
I
1, wasn't it?
I think it's episode 1. Yeah.
I did. Oh yeah, that one's already out.
Yeah,
Right, right.
it's out.
I remember I watched that. Yeah, I
Check
did.
it out. It's not on
Yeah, check it out.
my channel.
I'm if I can, I'm if I can write like a description, and if I can do that, I'm gonna put a link down. I'm not gonna do that right now just because of stream pacing reasons, because there would be a lot of dead air of me not talking, looking for the link. But if I can, I'm gonna do that afterwards. Otherwise, I'm also gonna tweet a link. So if you follow me on Twitter, you can see that there after the stream. If I remember it, and Vinyl, remind me, please, if you have a better memory than I do. So first thing after the stream, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I did the without spoiling too much, but I drew the scene where Chrysalis does a thing, and I think that's as much as I can say
Yeah,
without spoiling.
Chrysalis does a thing.
She does a thing. She's definitely in that scene. She's in that audio drama, which might be surprising because the title doesn't really suggest that, being Mother Chrysalis. I know it's like.
Yeah.
That's the biggest twist, honestly. I can't believe I just gave that away. A Chrysalis appears in the audio drama Mother Chrysalis. Yeah.
Oh, you're spoiling everything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we just check it out, if you
Yeah,
have
just check it out. It's really
Just check
good.
it out.
Yeah. Also, the premise, I'm not gonna give anything away again, but I think the premise is really interesting. Like, in terms of what it is at its core, it's not anything new, but in context of MLP, I think that it adds a really interesting twist on this side of the characters, in context of the whole MLP world and the characters. So definitely check that out. So now let's get to what this stream is gonna be about. You see it in the title, but in case that isn't like in case you can't read, I'm not even saying as a joke. Like it is possible, and that's okay. In case you can't read or the title is not descriptive enough, let's just say I'm gonna do a reading of the Welcome to the H.E.R.D episodes that are episode 1 to 6, and I'm also considering ending that with a reading of the first scene of the yet to be published episode 7. So, yeah. Vinyl hasn't.
Who's in the chat?
Vinyl, you don't know that one either, right? Like you've seen the other episodes, but I don't think I've told you anything about episode 7, have I?
No, I don't think you have.
Yeah. So yeah, this is what's gonna happen. Also, we're after that we're gonna have just some talking, me and Vinyl, and if you want to join in, you can ask anything or say anything in the chat. Which I need to scroll down actually. Oh, weird. Okay. Let me just reposition that window because I can't actually see the bottom of this. Well, it's gonna be fine. There's probably gonna be... whatever. Yeah. So if you want to say anything or ask anything, feel free to use the live chat. And otherwise, Vinyl and I are just gonna talk about random stuff. Gee, I sure hope you don't hijack this stream in some sort of fashion.
We'll see.
Yes.
Who knows what we're gonna do on this stream?
Yeah, who knows? There's definitely gonna be a lot of random talk. I have a lot of topics to talk about, and the way I know Vinyl, she also has a lot to talk about. So it's gonna be fun, and if you want to stick around for that, feel free to. But with that being said, I don't think there's much else to say before we get into the first episode, or as I sometimes like to say, if I remember it, this is basically sort of my catchphrase, unofficially, but I also forget a lot that I have a catchphrase. So, but basically, it's the let's jump right into it, which I say. I don't know how. I don't know, Vinyl. Have you ever watched my Little Karaoke videos? Like ever?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's usually there where I say that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a catchphrase. I'm not that cool.
Oh, a catchphrase, a good one usually, like the ones that aren't forced. Hey, hold on. let me get let me finish. A catchphrase that isn't forced or anything usually just comes naturally. At one point I just realized that saying "let's jump right into it" actually corresponds to my name, Jumpy, and so that became my catchphrase. It's nothing spectacular, but like the best catchphrases I think are really simple and natural. It's not like a superhero announcing something like
Yeah.
a one-liner.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to get the damn. This is a problem. I don't know why it's happening, but like windows somehow appear behind other windows instead of in front of them when I use them. So I'll just have to adjust a little bit, a little bit. So Vinyl, anything you want to say while I try to get this working?
I don't think so. I mean, so BuzzFeed Unsolved, am I right?
Yeah, I guess I don't watch BuzzFeed, but I'm
I don't
just
watch BuzzFeed. I only watch Unsolved. I'm watching The Watcher.
yeah, I've
Um,
heard a lot of good about that show. I haven't watched it. The guy who plays the Witcher, that's the guy who plays Superman, right?
I've no idea. I haven't watched The Witcher.
Oh, I thought you just said. Never mind.
No, it's Watcher Entertainment. It's like
Oh, the
they
Watcher.
yeah, which is also a case about some stalker who was stalking like people in this house, and they sent like them like weird letters to them to their house, and they're like, hey, yeah, I'm the watcher of this house, boo. Uh, hmm, just saying, it's creepy, but if you want to know more, then check out BuzzFeed and so.
Yeah,
Which
so
I am not promoting them. I just love them. They're great.
hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not
Yeah.
sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
So
Hashtag.
the idea that I had for the readings is instead of having like the boring script on screen, was that I'm gonna have the thumbnail of each episode on screen. But then I also just now remembered the first thumbnail is really bad. Like it's it's really bad. But I guess we can also say the script is just as bad. So yeah, you know what? I gotta give myself a little bit of credit here. It's not awful. I'm pretty sure there's been worse first episodes for a bridge series. Um, there's a couple things that I actually really like, and a couple jokes that I still find funny. Yeah, you can see this is a very bad quality. Um, but at least
That's
there's some What? Oh,
that's what she said.
yeah, yeah. Um, Also, you can see the realistic beer texture that is actually a picture of beer that I like masked over it. You can also see the colored outlines that I don't do anymore. I think that's the only thumbnail where I did that. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's just talk about that. Let's also talk about this really awful shading effect on Fluttershy. That's like, yeah, I. The problem is I didn't really color in the yellow underneath that, so you can actually see the background, which also is a really bad background color. Like, look at this background color. It's almost the same color as the logo, almost the same color as, like, there's a lot of pink and purple in here that just blends together in a really ugly way. Um, Especially look at Rarity. Like, I'm sorry, Vinyl. I know you're basically like Rarity 2.0. I'm sorry, didn't do this character justice.
It's alright, darling.
Thank you. Yeah, there isn't.
What is it?
What?
No, it's alright.
There isn't much else to say except the book that Twilight is reading hilariously doesn't have any pages. I guess I just forgot to draw those.
Slave ate the pages.
Yeah, Slave is getting a poisoned apple from Poisoned Apple, who's like uncharacteristically mean-spirited in this picture, which is like a weird thing to say because being uncharacteristic is very being out of character is in character for Poison Apple, but it wasn't at this point. I didn't even have that idea at that point. Then there's also Rainbow Ass, who is drawn in a very similar fashion to the character she's based on. Also, that's why she has that hat on. Yeah. There's General Weirdness, of course, with her glitch effect, and not much else to say. Except that I actually misspelled the word spiral throughout the entirety of the first two-parter. Like, the E at the end, which I didn't realize until I watched a reaction video of a friend who was confused as to whether it was pronounced spiral or spiral or spiral. And then I realized, hold on, did I not spell that correctly? And yeah. Oh, also another.
It's kind of fitting because it's like
You know what? You're right. You're right. It is kind of fitting because this is a story. This is the story. Okay, so I tweeted about this a while ago. The funny thing about this story is that it is about a person who thinks like it is about someone who thinks very highly of themselves, but really is really bad at what they want to do. Like they want to do what so many people have tried to do and failed. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna make it so much better. And then she's just really bad at doing it. And the funny thing about it, that is basically me making this show. Yeah. Two other details would be that the book that she is actually reading is Dethroning 101, which you can very faintly see. The picture is very low quality, by the way. And also that Slave's hand doesn't have the outline colored. So yeah, I just...
Oh my god, all these things that like you're pointing out, I can't unsee now.
Yeah.
I can't unsee any of these now.
Yeah. Watch this stream where I ruin where I ruin my own show by pointing out all the flaws.
Roasting.
Yeah. Welcome to the roast yourself. Roast your herd.
Welcome to Roast Your Own Show.
Roast your herd. Yes. Oh, another detail that detail that I would like to point out is the skull on the apple. That is like taken straight from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is like that was a thing initially with Poison Apple. She was supposed to be very Disney themed, Like all these Disney things, like poison apple, as in the poison apple from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Also, the first personality she assumes is Grumpy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Also, this hasn't really come up yet, but I think I've talked about it, is that Apple Bloom in Welcome to the Herd is called Epona Star, which is like, first of all, Epona, like the horse, which is not really a Disney reference, but the whole thing, Epona Star, is basically like When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio, which is also the Disney theme song, sort of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and also, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Just like Pinocchio, Apple Bloom wants to be a real boy. um, and what?
Well, you have told me that before.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've said it on stream, but I think I have. I've said a lot of things on stream. Um, take that positively or negatively as you will. Um, I think that's
Out of context.
yeah. I think that's everything. So, if you unless you have anything else to say, I would start the reading. Yay! Took me long enough. So, anything you want to add?
I don't have it. Go for it, man.
Okay, yeah. Also, look at the beautiful way in which I drew the nozzles, like the entire snout. Very beautiful. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Stan. I sound sarcastic. I'm not trying to sound sarcastic.
No, it's I'm doing I'm doing the same thing.
Yes, beautiful. We stand.
Yeah.
A snout that be looking like that, you know.
Yeah. Okay, then I would say let us get I'm doing the Sean Connery S again. Let us get to let us get to the if my desktop would cooperate with me. I have a lot of windows open right now. So you know what? I'm gonna have the script on the side like a salad. Yeah. You're gonna have the beautiful picture right here, and a very not beautiful script right here. By the way, right now, as I'm adjusting everything, you can see stuff that no one else has seen before. So I just remember.
Exclusive.
Yes, and I just remembered I actually wanted to put this on my Patreon, so you wouldn't really be supposed to see this. I wanted to put all my scripts on Patreon so people could read them, so I'm just gonna hide that again because
unintentional sneak peek.
Yes, this is what you get when you support me on Patreon, so do it now. That worked out better than I expected.
Do it, guys.
Yes.
Y'all want to.
Do it. But basically, the stuff that you just saw is what I put at the beginning of every script. Like for the first few scripts, it was after the fact. But basically, I write out all the like the base plot. Like I have the narrative. Like first of all, I have the summary, which is in this case I am gonna read it out loud. Purple Star begins her quest to recruit mercenaries for an army to kill Princess Hotblood, as many have tried and failed to do before. And then there's the narrative drama that's just notes for me to keep the episodes focused, because the first few episodes lacked a lot of focus. I would say episode 4 was maybe the first one with... What was episode 4 again? No. Episode 4 was... episode 4 was Stoned Apple. That is not the one that had proper structure. That's the one that was so unstructured that afterwards I decided to focus more on structure. So it was episode 5, which one was it? Oh yeah, the friend of my friend is my enemy. That's the one where I finally added structure. Yeah, basically the narrative drama that's just like the main, like the most important characters of that specific episode, which in this case is Purple Star. Um, her, like, their wants, their needs, their internal conflict and external conflict. That's basically all stuff that I've got from a video essay. So, which I thought, this is really good advice. I'm gonna use it. And again, for the first episode, I'm actually gonna read these out just to give you an idea. Okay, so narrative drama. Purple Star. Her want is recruit an army. Her need is to be less picky. Um, with who she recruits. She has to she has to work with what she's got. um, Her internal conflict is who to recruit? Question mark. Her external conflict, that's the people she's butting heads with, basically. Those are specifically General Weirdness, Poisoned Apple, Rainbow Ass, Vice and Butterfly Butt. Her interpersonal conflict is, in this case, the same people. Usually, the external conflict would be like an organization or a group. They're not really a group yet, so I decided to just name the same characters. Again, this is all after the fact, so it's maybe not as. So the episode is maybe not as focused on these points as I would do it if I could write it again. The change that she goes through is that she becomes rash, which is, since this is a two-parter, not like learning from her mistakes. That comes later. Basically, this is when she gets Nightmare Moon's character Butterfly Butt, which is like she desperately wants to be the one who kills Hotplot, and it can't be General Weirdness. So she becomes rash, and she gets Full Moon. I'm sorry I forgot the name. This character has only appeared in 2 episodes and only very briefly in both. Yeah. And the impact that this change has on her is that she gains a rival in Full Moon. Yes. You can actually see the gears in my head spinning as I try to remember her name, which is like where I have this split second of a pause in my sentence. She gains a rival in Full Moon. Because the first thing I think of is, because she's butt related, is Butterfly Butt. So I think it's like Butt Moon? No, it was Full Moon, right?
Moon butt.
Yes, Moon Butt. Wait, where's that from again? That's from somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's probably from somewhere. That's probably already taken.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, since you brought me on the topic, yes, Hot Plot. This is a real quick tangent. Hot Plot is just a different take on the name Sunbutt. I couldn't have her called Sunbutt because that's already a name that exists for her, so I just changed it a bit. Hot Plot. Um, which you could say is also like a like not a metaphor, but like symbolic of her, like what she represents in terms of the story. She is the one who kicks the plot into gear by existing. Like the whole plot of the show is based, like, formed around killing her. So she is the hot plot. Oh. Well, and then I have the cast listed, which in this case it's all me, because I didn't have friends back then. I say I say that like the people who voice in Welcome to the H.E.R.D are my friends. Okay, two of them actually. Two of them are my friends. The other three, okay, 3 of them by now.
Rest of freeloaders, you
No,
know, they're
three
not.
three of them by now are my friends, but the third one I only became friends with afterwards. And two of them are just people that I asked, hey, would you like to be in this thing? And they were like, okay.
Sure, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. No, every person I've worked with so far was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I can't complain. But let's be honest, it is a little bit pathetic that I'm doing all of this by myself. At the same time, it's really amazing. Like, I think it was the voice actress of Snips and Snails' characters, like Sing and Long. That's their characters in Welcome to the H.E.R.D. I think it was her voice actress who said, and if it wasn't, I'm sorry, but like I think it was her who said like you're doing all of this by yourself. That's amazing. And I was like, hey, you know what? That is amazing.
you know what? Yeah,
I'm
that's great.
I'm doing all of
Honestly, like,
this.
give yourself some credit, dude.
I'm gonna give
Because
myself a pat on the shoulder for this.
legit, like, give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing this all by yourself.
Yeah, I
And
can
you're
actually
doing
reach my
great
back.
so far.
Yeah,
You
thank
know, like,
you.
I've you're welcome. You know I've always supported, you know, like Welcome to the H.E.R.D and everything, and you
Yeah,
know, like it's
I should
we're gonna
probably
get sappy for a moment.
yeah, I should probably mention Vinyl is the one fan that I know that I have, which is also a little bit sad, but at the same time, like I know there's probably more people who like my work, but she's the only one who I know exists who actually really likes my work. Like it, and when I say really likes, I mean like the alternative of yeah, it's a cool show. I watched it on the side, but I'm not actively craving for more. I don't know if you do that, by the way, if you actively crave for more episodes, but like you're the closest thing to a fan that I have. No, I really appreciate it, honestly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Happy
You're
to
welcome
hear
to the herd.
it. Hey.
Hey.
Sigh.
Yeah. So, we've been talking for half an hour. Should we finally get to what people have been waiting for? I think we should.
Yeah.
By the way, Vinyl, would you like to voice all the characters that I didn't voice? Oh wait, you don't have the script,
Sure.
do you?
I don't have the script.
You know what?
But yeah.
I will
Sure.
I will show those parts on screen. Like for the you know what? You're watching the stream, but it has a delay, so I'd be awkwardly waiting for you to deliver your lines.
Just you gonna
I'm
give
gonna
me the
send
line or
I'm gonna send you those on Twitter on not Twitter on Discord probably. Yeah, because I really want to integrate you into this. So it's not just me talking for 7 hours. Feel free to like say anything at any time. Like even if I'm in the middle of a line and you have something to say, just say it. Just interrupt me.
I like turtles.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of thing that I got you for on the stream.
Oh my god.
I think.
Apologize for any background noises or if like
Yeah, I can hear
like
myself sometimes over your microphone, but
I apologize for that. My sister is being
oh,
loud and she's right next door.
I'm actually not hearing
So
any of that.
if my
So
mic somehow picks up her loud voice, I apologize.
is this going to the viewers or is this going to me? Oh,
Both.
okay. Then I'm gonna say on behalf of myself, it's really okay. All right. So, we're starting with a lovely narration that just displays, like, actually, the thing that we are starting, if we're going by this episode, is 5 seconds of pure silence. Beautiful. Beautiful beginning to the best show on YouTube. 5 seconds of silence and people adjusting their volume because they think it's muted. And then when they've turned it all the way up, there's this really bad, both in mic quality and in voice acting quality and in pronunciation. This person who's just like really badly narrating in a fake accent. Beautiful. Honestly, and also that narration lasts for like a solid 20 seconds. That is the beautiful beginning.
Oh my god. Do you remember when we did like the transcript reading of like one of the episodes?
Yes.
Was it like episode 1?
We actually did a couple of these. Like I think we got up to episode 4 or somewhere around that. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed doing that.
Me too. It was also interesting. It was also interesting to hear somebody else's take on some of these lines. This is, by the way, a weird thing. Like I can voice the lines better now than I could before, but at the same time, from the very early videos, my line delivery is so awkward that the specific musicality of how I say them is etched into my mind, and I cannot say these lines in any other way than the awkward way that I voiced them back then. For example, if I go to this first line, I cannot say it in any other way than exactly how I did it back then, which is like, once upon a time, in the magical land of talking multicolored horses, there were 2 princesses, but no king or queen for some reason. The white one, Princess Outblood, made the sun shine wherever she went. This is so awkward and robotic, but I cannot voice it any other way. Like, I really have to try to do this good, because the very specific way how I said it is etched into my mind. But I'm gonna try, so... I might actually drop the accent. Ooh, plot twist. When I get to the final episode in a million years, this is gonna be Purple Star, all grown up. And she suddenly has an Indian accent, like a really bad Indian accent. Well, this is just how Alicorns talk, so I guess. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. Canonically, this is how Alicorns talk in Welcome to the H.E.R.D. They just get a weird accent. This is canon now. Okay. Look forward to it. I think we should finally start.
My PC is playing up. I have no idea what happened. So I'm gonna be right back.
Should I start without you? I think it would be a bit awkward if I waited.
Yeah, just you do that. I'll have to restart.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
See you later, or hear you later.
Hey.
Hey.
See you in a bit.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey.
Show. Let's actually do this, and I'm just gonna do a normal voice, no accent, because I think that will be better for me, better for you, better for everyone. Show. Let's do that. You've waited almost 40 minutes for this, and now it's finally starting. Once upon a time, in the magical land of talking multicolored horses, there were 2 princesses, but no king or queen for some reason. The white one, Princess Hotplot, made the sun shine wherever she went. The black one, Princess Crescent, which, by the way, I mispronounced that in the entire episode. I said crescent instead of crescent. Wait, hold on. I always forget which way was it. Okay, so I said crescent. Yeah, I said crescent, which sounds like croissant. And it's actually pronounced... Hold on. Yeah, this is my brain working, slash not working. So it is pronounced crescent, and I pronounced it crescent. It's pronounced crescent. Okay. The black one, Princess Crescent, was known to show every pony her full moon, if you know what I mean. However, she eventually became jealous because every pony kept saying her flank wasn't as hot as her sister's. Sorry for that. I should take a breather. Usually I'm standing while voice acting, so I'm sorry. However, she eventually became jealous because every pony kept saying her flank wasn't as hot as her sister's. She became evil and forced the ponies to worship her full moon, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this is awkward dialogue or monologue. This is really awkward. Give me some, cut me some slack. I didn't write a lot. But I can't even say that. I wrote a lot as a child. Like, I wrote books as a child. But they were kind of bad books, so yeah. This is my attempt at comedy, which I don't usually do. So, yeah. Thus, eventually, Princess Hotplot banished her to the moon for exhibitionism. Pretty ironic, don't you think? Now the sun shines all the time, which is extremely bad for the little pony's skin, and if they would look into the sky now, they'd go blind. Therefore, Princess Hotplot had made herself many enemies, but no pony had ever succeeded in killing her so far. Hello? Vinyl? Hello? Vinyl, if you're talking, I can't hear you right now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Is everything working again? Vinyl?
Can
I can hear you right now. But it might be a little bit like I might not be hearing everything you're saying. Are you talking right now?
No.
I hear like fragments of what you're saying.
Can you hear the typing?
I can always hear the typing, you know that.
Everyone can hear the typing.
Yes, everyone can hear the typing. I should rename the stream into typing very loudly. And a little bit talking. Typing and a little bit of talking. Yeah, so right now I can hear you clearly. So you didn't miss much. Mostly it was like I was voicing I was reading the narration, and also having like trouble remembering how you pronounce crescent. I've said this in just... Yeah, crescent. I've just said it, and I'm gonna tell you now. I mispronounced that word in the first episode. I called it crescent.
Oh.
Yes, Princess Crescent, which coupled with my bad pronunciation made people think she was called Princess Croissant. I mean, there's a joke in there, like, but
yeah, there's a joke in there.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. And just because I mispronounced it back then, I'm still having trouble today remembering how it's actually pronounced. And I have to like think, okay, how did I pronounce it back then? It sounded like croissant, so I must have pronounced it croissant. And the right thing is crescent. That's the one. That's
What?
that's my thought
Princess
process.
Croissant
Princess Crescent.
or something?
You know, a croissant is actually called a croissant because it is crescent shaped. I'm pretty sure croissant is just the French word for crescent.
I think it probably is.
Yeah. If not, that's one hell of a coincidence. Hold on, can I say hell on YouTube?
I have no idea.
I'm
I
not
don't think you'll be like made for kids or anything.
No, actually, I've marked my
This
channel.
stream is not made for kids.
Yes, if you're a kid, get out.
Legit, if you are a child, get off the
Yes,
stream.
this show may have
stream
cute
right
little
now.
ponies, but it's not for you. See, Butterfly Butt has a
Exactly.
Butterfly Butt has a switchblade, a butterfly knife. Oh my god! I just realized
Stream
that.
is not made for kids.
Yes.
We're gonna probably be swearing everywhere.
Yes.
You know, it may be My Little Pony.
Frick!
But my god, it's not. Shit.
You little shit.
Shut up, you little shit. I will fucking hit you in the head, you piece of crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you are a child, get off the stream, do something productive, get off your phone.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
It's Saturday, but you probably have homework to do.
I do not have homework to do.
I don't mean you, I mean the children.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do your homework, children.
Do your taxes.
God, pay your taxes, pay your bills. Do something productive. Go outside.
This is what happens when Vinyl and I are in a call together, and this is why I wanted her in a stream.
God. Do something productive and not just go on your phone all fucking day.
Yeah, don't go on your phone all day. Seriously, children these days.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
back in my day, you know.
Back in my days, we didn't even have these smartphones. We had Nokias. I mean, I didn't have a
Yeah,
phone at all, but
exactly.
like... And I still lived. I didn't have a phone. I mean, I did eventually have
Exactly.
one, but I didn't use
When
it to
I was
call.
a child, when I was a child, I didn't have a phone. I wasn't allowed until I was like 13.
I didn't have a phone until I was like 14 or 15. And I only got one because I went to France and my children. My parents wanted to be in touch with me.
Your children.
Funny thing about that, me being there in France, that was when I was starting to watch My Little Pony. And the funny thing is, like, I was watching My Little Pony while I was there, among other things. I didn't just watch My Little Pony there. But while I was there with my correspondence student, like the French kid who I like the other student, I watched episodes, and I saw the episode The Cutie Pox, where Apple Bloom talks French. And that is the exact scene that my exchange student joined me in watching. And then she just starts talking French. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je parle français? Aidez-moi! Yeah. That was funny. Yeah. Yeah, so getting back to the reading, but no pony had ever succeeded in killing her so far. Maybe I could. Nah. Which, by the way, I think that was kind of a funny, like a quote unquote funny joke, like the maybe I should, like the call of adventure, and then like nah.
Yeah.
But the thing that ruins it is that the very next scene, suddenly she's like, I'm gonna do it. Like, why now? Before she's like, nah. And then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Uh, that ruins the joke. I honestly don't know what I would do with the joke if I like not if when I rewrite this episode. I'm gonna rewrite the two-parter when I'm done with. Okay, in this case, it is not when, it is if I'm ever gonna get through season 1. The idea in theory is that I'm gonna remake all of the two-parters, like the premiere two-parters, when I'm done with that season, to like show the growth,
Yeah.
and also like to have something better as a start of the show. Like, seriously, you don't want to watch this, like these first episodes, if you could be doing homework or your
Yeah,
taxes.
kids. Or your
Yes.
God.
Okay, but the next joke I actually really like, which is like the concept of triple voice. I've talked
Oh
about
my
this
god,
in.
yeah.
I think I've even talked about this in a stream, so I'm not gonna repeat it. I don't think I'm gonna, but shortly, because I am gonna repeat myself. Bless you.
Thank you.
Um, you know what would be funny if instead of saying bless you, people would just say fuck you, like fuck you.
Sneezes. Fuck you.
Um,
And then,
Yeah, triple voice. The concept of her is based on the fact that that in this episode, in this scene in the original, she has 3 lines. Those are 3 sentences. I don't know if those are 3 sentences, but definitely 3 lines. Each one of them is voiced by a different voice actress, and it's such a subtle difference. You don't even realize it until you're really familiar with the voices. And then it's like, oh,
I remember when I first ever watched that episode. I was like, okay, cool. All right, okay, normal pony stuff, I guess. And then like recent years, I'm like, okay, why did the voice change? Like I noticed it when I first watched it, but I wasn't complaining about it.
hmm.
Like I wasn't bothered by it.
Your expectation of quality was very low, I would assume.
Yeah.
By the way, you're a
You see
little.
it like if you're a kid, like you don't care. You're just like,
Yeah.
mm,
Just give me
color.
colors and noise, dangling keys. This is, by the way, gonna be the next the next I'm gonna say Sony animation movie. It's Dangling Keys, the movie, which is like different kinds of keys with faces on and arms and legs. It's just like that, and there's like this evil villain the who's like a key forger. I don't know what you call those. The people who make like fake keys, like not fake, but like copy keys, and that's gonna be the villain. And it's like, oh no, you have to be individual, like every key has to fit to one lock, and which also has other weird implications that I don't completely agree with. But that's gonna be the next Sony movie. I'm gonna say it now. Oh, by the way, Vinyl, what I wanted to say, you're a little bit quiet. Um,
Oh,
hmm. The people have only waited for about an hour. I think a couple more minutes won't matter. Do we even still have viewers? Let me see. We have 2 viewers. One of them is probably you. So we have one person who is willing to wait an hour for the thing that they were promised to get, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for this one person.
And now I'm gonna look back at it, and it's gonna say 1 viewer, and that's gonna be you. Let me check. Nope, still 2.
Oh.
But seriously, usually when I acknowledge the amount of viewers I have, usually that's the time that it drops. Oh great, I have 3 viewers! 2 viewers. Oh, okay, only 2. 1 viewer. What?
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, I left a quiche in the oven. Oh,
A quiche, a quiche, like that scene with all the Q stuff. Yeah, that was such a weird scene. Like in hindsight, that is such a weird scene. Just to have like, oh, I have all these things that start with the letter Q. We're Sesame Street. I don't think that's a bad scene. It's just in hindsight a very untypical scene for the show.
yeah.
Did you do something on the volume? I think you're a little bit louder, but it could probably be a bit more.
What about now?
Yep, that's good. Okay.
Cool.
So, the triple voice. Okay. So, oh my god. That was probably the worst line delivery. Hey, Purple Star, we were just heading to an event that will have big importance to you in the distant future. That is the exact way that I voiced that. And now with more energy. Hey, Purple Star, we were just heading to an event that will have big importance to you in the distant future. Yeah. I just remembered. I have a lot of side tangents, but like, okay. I just remembered, there's this one friend of mine who reacted to a couple of the episodes and is gonna react to the rest eventually. They're currently working on something else, so they don't have the time, and it's a low priority project, which I understand. It's not the biggest project that they're reacting to, but basically, when they were reacting to this, I realized, oh, at the point that they were reacting to this episode, they hadn't seen the actual episode Amending Fences yet. So I just spoiled something. Luckily, they didn't even realize it. So that's good.
Oh, ooh.
But even then, you
I
wouldn't...
want that quiche in the oven.
But... Wait, did they leave? Why are you saying this? Did they leave? No, they didn't leave. Yeah.
Again, a round of applause for this one.
Seriously, this... Really. Can you even see me clapping? I feel like I'm clapping down here, where you can't actually see it. It probably looks really weird. So I'm gonna clap next to my beautiful, ugly face. No, honestly, my face is probably the cutest thing about me. My teeth are also the straightest thing about me, eh?
Oh!
Yeah.
My
The
teeth aren't.
the worst thing about my...
Yeah,
What?
I have straight-ish teeth.
Yeah.
Ish. Because I'm bi.
Oh, man. Oh my god.
That's a terrible joke. Moving on. Anyway.
Yeah, just to finish that thought, the worst thing...
What about your teeth?
No, in my opinion, the worst thing about my appearance is my hair, which is which is one of the reasons I started wearing beanie hats. Like, you only ever see me wearing those. This is one of the reasons, honestly, because my hair is awful. What I would love to have if I could, like, just so everyone knows, so this doesn't sound weird or anything. I'm I'm gender fluid, so this is gonna make more sense now, hopefully. But the ideal hair for me would be like, um, basic. You know what? Basically, what human Starlight Glimmer has, including the beanie. That would be like my dream hair.
She does have a cool head of hair.
Yeah, like thick curly hair.
Her, like, outfit in that, like, in general,
Mm.
that, like, her, like, Equestria Girls version is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's probably okay. So I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite designs, just because I think a lot of the more recent designs, like the initial designs, were not that interesting, but they really had some cool redesigns. Like, for example, I really love like Rainbow Dash's outfit, like this sport pants with like the that are like black, but then with the rainbow on the side. That's really cool. Um, so Captain America, which is an insider that uh, the viewers wouldn't understand, but so Captain America.
Captain America.
Yes. Should I explain or should we leave them in the dark? Vinyl?
I don't know. Do what you want. I mean.
I'm gonna leave them in the dark. I'm gonna be evil.
Welcome to the stream.
Yes! Oh, that's what I should call these things. Welcome to the stream.
But like, the stream is spelled like as the herd. Oh.
STEREAM. So what would that stand for? Stupid,
Stupid time.
yeah, stupid time, recreational, and spelled with an E. Ever, spelled with an A. Um, mystery.
Yeah.
Like with the four M's, like mystery.
Mystery. Like.
Like the
Oh, like mystery on the.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
We did it.
Yes.
We did it. There's no need to continue with the stream. We did it.
Cut the stream. Yeah.
Thank you, well, thank you for coming to this stream.
Thank you for hanging around for 1 hour to not get at all what you came here for.
Thank you for listening to two idiots. I'm okay with calling myself an idiot.
I'm also okay with you calling yourself an idiot.
I'm fine with calling myself an idiot.
Same.
Thank you for listening to two idiots ranting and rambling.
Yeah.
Really?
I should probably continue. Yes. Okay, so. No thanks, Triple Voice. I want to spend some quality time with my best friend and #1 assistant, Slave the Dragon. I hate my name. It's a constant reminder of my condition. And scene. That is what we count as a scene here at Welcome to the H.E.R.D. It has little to no substance, but it has one joke. Actually, 2 jokes. 3 jokes if you count the distant future one. 3 jokes in 3 lines. That is the quality content you're here for. I mean, they're bad jokes, but it's jokes. So, okay. Moving on. Slave? 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 Slave! Come out! Slave! Slave! I can do this all day. I'm right here. No time to talk. I'm looking for Slave. But I'm standing right here. Great. No, I've forgotten what I was looking for. You were looking for me. You know, that is one of my favorite jokes from this episode. I love. I guess you could say that's part of my style. This like line, and it's like all building up to each other. Like it's building on each other, which is a method that I use a lot with dialogue with Rainbow S. But in general, I think that's like my brand, part of my brand of humor. Like, I'm right here. No time to talk. I'm looking for Slave, but I'm standing right here. Great. Now I've forgotten what I was looking for. You were looking for me. No. Aha! Slave! I'm over here! Never mind. Now, where was this chapter about? Aha! Dethroning 101. All you ever wanted to know about killing monarchs but were too afraid to ask. Why would you have such a book in the first place? It's a bestseller. Seriously, that was just straight up stolen from Friendship is Witchcraft. This This is like the sound that they put after their jokes. And I just stole that. But then I made it my own thing because it only ever comes when somebody talks about Dethroning 101 and then says it's a bestseller. By the way, I have like everything that, like all the quotes from the book Dethroning 101, I have those in a file, and I am gonna make that book at some point. It's actually gonna be a real book that you can get. Like, that's my plan at least. And all the chapters are gonna be the way that they were phrased in the actual show, like the way they were referenced, with all the chapters and the way they're numbered and everything. I just remembered in episode 7, we're gonna get to the infamous chapter 69, which is gonna be hilarious for Rainbow S.
That's what she said.
Exactly! Like, I think she's just laughing at it. Like, yeah, I think it's like this. Blah blah blah, I'm Purple Star and I'm talking. In chapter 69.
Yeah.
And then she continues talking.
Just in the background, you just hear.
Yes, exactly. It's just like she's not even gonna say anything. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bestseller. The easiest way for beginners is to build a small army, learn about ponyology, get into the royal family, use your newly gained knowledge to become an alicorn, and kill the monarch with your army. Which, by the way, is spoiler for the entire show. This is what's gonna happen. Or is it? Because you never know what's going wrong with the herd. I honestly don't know if this is actually gonna be what's gonna happen. I don't know. After that, you will automatically become the new monarch. Slave, do you know what that means? No. Ah! All of this is not gonna make any sense without the visuals. Like, why is he screaming? Also, a thing that I did frequently, especially in early episodes, was reuse the same lines that they used in the original, but often with a new context. Which, in this case, there isn't a new context, but in other cases, write a letter to the princess. Okie dokie. Princess Hotplot, I sent you this letter to announce to you that it is my turn now to try and kill you in order to take your place. This is one of the stupid things, but I kind of like this. Watch me explain every joke. Did you eat too many sweets again? You know you have a condition? How often do I have to tell you? The good stuff in the kitchen is for me. You can have what's left, or if there is none left, you can eat the dog food my future self sent me for some reason. Which is both a reference to It's About Time and Equestria Girls. I kind of combined those, which makes me smart.
Oh my god.
I built in a lot of spoilers in this episode.
Shit.
This is basically got. Yeah?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thought of that. Nobody expected me to actually make sense in some shape or form.
That's clever.
But isn't that the best, like, the best kind of random humor, the one that gets context later? Like, not necessarily the best, but it's really good humor. It's like, it seems very random at first, but then later it's like, oh, it all suddenly makes sense. Yeah.
It's all falling together.
Oh yes, it's all coming together. I don't know the exact quote, but like, you know what I mean. That's that Kronk meme. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. I'm done. Great. Send it. Okay, but she'll take some time to respond. And then it just is there. See? I told you she'd take some time to respond. You know, this was supposed to convey that Purple Star likes to take credits for what other people say, which is exactly what she does. So when she's like quoting Dethroning 101 and saying like, I'm smart because I know all this. No, you're just reading it from a book. Yeah, she likes to take what others say and write it off as her own idea because she doesn't have great ideas. She's compensating for that. These characters are really deep, you know? They actually are deeper than you would imagine. They're deeper than I would even imagine. Well, I'm waiting. Read it to me while I stand at the big window looking at you from the back of my eyes, proudly like a rich asshole. That joke was specific. Seriously, I'm just explaining every single joke. That joke was supposed to be Family Guy style. It's like pointing out what you're doing you're doing a very specific thing and pointing out how you're doing it, and that's supposed to be the joke. What Family Guy does a lot, and I wanted to do it here too, and it wasn't funny. It's most of the time not funny when Family Guy does it, and I don't know why I did that. It's like she's not rich, but she is an asshole, kinda. I mean, no, none of these characters are perfect in the slightest. But that's what makes them lovable. Yeah, and then...
Is ready? So
Mm.
you can carry on with, like, the stream. I'll stay on call.
Yep.
Like, I don't need to, like... Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Okay. Bye. Enjoy.
Thank you. I will.
You better.
Oh, I will. Great.
Yeah, so, my dearest, most faithful Purple Star, I have received your letter and I must say, good luck. I can't wait to see you try. So, where are you intending to find recruits for your army? There's a little town on the land called Ponytown, full of mercenaries. That'd be a good place to start. I'll get to you two later. You two stallions. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's a mercenary! The pink ones are the deadliest. The pink ones are the deadliest. That's better. Um, hello? Oh, I feel bad for Vinyl missing this. She loves general weirdness. But what am I gonna do? Wait for like 10 minutes? I don't know. I'm just gonna carry on. It's not like general weirdness won't appear later. Oh, but this is a key scene. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about this as an excuse to wait for her. I know this is moving very slowly, but I hope at least my talking is interesting enough. So with this line, the end is nay. I There was a lot of importance to this line because this is the first line that Pinkie Pie's character is gonna say. It needs to be really good. And so I was wondering what could I have her say that would be funny and not try hard funny, but like actually just funny. And how can I put that in one line as an amateur? And that was so hard, and I was thinking of things and I don't remember any of them, but like I was thinking really hard about what this line would be. And then eventually I came up with the end is nay. I don't know how I got to it. I seriously don't. Just eventually I got to the end is near, the end is nigh, the end is nay. And then it was like, oh, cool. I like that line. It's also very ominous. And then that just became her catchphrase, one of her catchphrases. Does she have other? Oh yeah, no. Does she? Does she have other catchphrases? I don't remember. Well, I don't think she does have any other lines. Catchphrases, that is. She does have other lines, otherwise, otherwise there wouldn't be much sense in having a voice for her. This is, by the way, I'm pretty sure I have voiced her on stream before, but this is one of her two voices. She has two voices. This is her casual voice. Which, like, the effect that she has is not those two voices. The two voices I'm referring to is basically her casual voice and her excited voice. And her casual voice is kind of here. It's more, hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm General Weirdness, and you're my next dinner. I don't know why I said that. I'm weird. And her excited voice is, I'm really excited. It's higher. It's also more fluctuant and more vibrating. She's like, she's all over the place when she's, but then she goes down and she's like casual and hey, what's up? I'm cool. Am I cool? I don't think am I cool? What? I don't know. Am I cool? You tell me. And that's basic. I don't even know if I'm too quiet right now. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, but those are basically. She's always screaming. She's like, I'm not screaming right now. Usually I would be voicing her louder, but it's like, it's very late right now. So I shouldn't scream, but like, she's really getting loud sometimes, and that's one of the things that I do to get into her voice, which is like general weirdness. Yeah, just getting all like she's explosive. Yeah, that's the. She's probably my, like, not necessarily my best executed character, but the one that is the most unique. Like, if you want a character from Welcome to the H.E.R.D that is like, this character is so unique to this show, then that would be general weirdness, because all of the other characters are kinda not too special. Like, even if for their respective character, that even then, it's not it is something that has been done a lot. Which is not to say that general weirdness is a completely new concept, but it's like you wouldn't get a character like her in any other abridged, or at least My Little Pony abridged, which is why she is, yeah, she's probably excuse me, the one character that would be like, in marketing, she would be the character that would be pushed the most. And secondly would probably be Rainbow Ass, not because she's so unique, in fact she's not, but just for the fact that she's really fun and energetic. And she, like, that is it. She brings a lot of energy, and both of them bring a lot of energy and humor. So they're really, like, in marketing, I would push those two the most. Interestingly enough, Purple Star would be the character who would be pushed in the background. She would be like at the beginning of, like, imagine like a trailer. She would be at the beginning. She would be like, "Yeah, I'm the main character," and then like she's not, because all the other characters are much more interesting, and we're gonna focus on them. Which is thematically fitting, because she is like, she wants to be the leader so desperately, but she's a bad leader. Like, General Weirdness is a better leader, and she is sort of unofficially the leader. So so in terms of what characters I would push the most in marketing, it would be in this order: General Weirdness, Rainbow Ass, then either Butterfly Butt or Purple Star and Slave. I guess there'd be a tie. And then probably Poison Apple, and then Vice Versa. But that all might change in the future. I don't think Vice Versa is that interesting yet. It's not like she's a flat character or anything. In fact, Rainbow Ass is a flatter character than her. Because Rainbow Ass doesn't have any anyway, yeah, so that's basically, it's not like Vice Versa is a flat or boring character. She's just not as interesting as the others, and we're gonna get to that later as we explore more for, like, I know already there's gonna be more to her. Like, you don't really see as much of these characters as I already have in my head. Just because you're not up to date on where the characters stand each. But anyway, we should probably, I think we've waited long enough, and since Vinyl doesn't seem to be back yet, we're just gonna continue without any further ado. Okay, so hello? The end is near! Maybe something less energetic. No, and Slave doesn't actually sigh in the end. Weird. Did somebody say weird? Yeah. Did somebody say weird? Okay, the checklist from your book says every successful army needs a brawler with amazing strength. Alright, I hope this time we get some pony not so vital. Howdy, Purple Pony! Y'all ain't apple-colored, but I like you anyway. At least you're not orange-colored. But aren't you orange? Yeah, pretty ironic, ain't it? Actually, I have no time for your country nonsense. Which is a weird thing to say. Which that's a line I would definitely cut in the remake, the remastered, the HD version, the live action remake. Oh my god. Too bad Vinyl didn't hear that one. I would love to hear a reaction. Anyway, yeah, pretty ironic, ain't it? Actually, I have no time for your country nonsense. This is one of these lines, like seriously, this is one of these lines that I don't know how I would voice it because it's such an unnatural line. And that's really a problem with a lot of like, especially the first episode. There's so much awkward dialogue that it's really hard for me to properly voice it because it's so awkwardly written. Actually, I have no time for your country nonsense. I am Purple Star, and I need a brawler for my army to kill Princess Hotplot. And it's not Princess. To kill Hotplot. Well, y'all ain't... Well, I actually forgot her current voice. Well, y'all ain't the first one to try that. My whole family already did at least once. Hey guys, we got another one. Now let me introduce y'all to the Apple Assassins. She used poisoned apple fritters, poisoned candy apples, poisoned apple pudding, golden apples, caramel apples, apple strudels, apple tarts, baked apples, apple cinnamon crisps, stallion seduction, foal seduction, and granny seduction. By the way, that apple in your mouth is poison too. By the way, that apple in your mouth is poison too. Which unironically is a nice way to end that scene quickly. It's just like, that apple is poison too. Alright, that's all we need to establish for this character. Moving on. Okay. Be thankful that poisoned apple didn't kill you. But those side effects aren't really great either. Next, you need a sniper who can attack lightning fast from a distant hiding spot. Well, I can't see any pony, so they must be good. Gotcha. You're a very dirty pony. Oops. Now I got you all wet. Here, let me give you a little blow to make it up to you. Now tell me that didn't satisfy you. Did I make you curly? Shut up and stand straight. I don't even get it. Straight? Have you even met me? No, I just came here. You don't last very long, do ya? What's gotten into you? A lot of things, let me tell ya. You're disgusting. Yeah, I can make you squirt in a jiffy. Which actually was supposed to be I can make you squirt in a jiffy, which is like furries, you know, kinky. Rainbow ass is kinky, so it won't make sense by association, kinda. But I wasn't sure if it was actually called Yif. And I wanted to go the safe route and not make an idiot out of myself by pronouncing it Yiffy. So I said Jiffy, which kind of makes the whole joke not work. But then again, luckily there was a main joke to this side joke. So there was still a joke in the end. And then it's like, prove it. 10 seconds later. Told you I could do it. Call me when you want more. I hope I'm not talking too far away from the mic. The microphone is up there. Usually I would stand up, but because I'm sitting right now, because I have to show my face, and also standing for the entirety of a live stream is not gonna be the best thing. Basically, I can't move too far to here, or else I'm gonna be really quiet, probably. Because then the mic is gonna pick the sound up from the side of it, and it's not gonna be as effective as if I'm talking over here, or just here. But that's the thing, when I really get into it, I lean forward, and that's the problem. Do we still have any viewers? I should probably see. Oh yeah, we do. And in the spirit of Vinyl, who unfortunately is not here right now, I'm gonna give a hand for sticking around. Seriously, I really appreciate that. Like, this is not sarcastically, this is me genuinely appreciating that. Well, okay, so then Slave is like, wow, she's amazing! Oh, wait, you didn't even ask her to join your army! For a reason, Slave. For a reason. Yeah. I'm honestly surprised I noticed that, because this is one of these things that I would only notice afterwards, but apparently I did notice that she didn't ask her to join her army. So then, the next scene. We're 1.5 hours in, and we're still at the first episode. Yeah. So, it says here that any successful army needs some kind of seductress who can get others to do what she wants. Some pony like her. Aww. She's beautiful. That's not in the script, but it's like I'm improvising to get into the voice. 9, 9, 9. Ach Gott, hier, 9. Notice me. Not now, meine Liebe. If I stop now, I lose my creative flow. Nun, what can I do for you? Yeah! Meine Güte, whatever happened to your face? Oh, you mean my mane? Nein, I literally mean your face. Come with me. Maybe there's still hope for you. 9, 9, 9, 9. Still 9. There's simply nothing that can make you look good. Maybe you're just too fat. Maybe you're just too fat. Stop! I wanted to recruit you for my army to kill Princess Hot Blood. Hot Blood? You mean the dumb pony bitch who dyed her coat from pink to white just so I couldn't send her to camp? Oh, I would do absolutely everything to spill her blood so her coat would turn pink again and I couldn't send her there anyway. And this is another one of these lines that are reused but in a different context. Quick, before she decides to dye my coat a new color. She likes camping too. Shut up, Slave. What's next on the list? Oh, a pony who tames wild creatures. And then the birds are singing the beautifully actually improvised melody. I'm making an idiot of myself right now on this stream, oh yeah. That second part is not part of the original song copyright and trademark and everything. No, but you know, I like to improvise. Not actually in these episodes, but like when I'm just casually reading. Then there's a bird who's actually called Blue Jazz. And he sings, "My little pony, my little pony." Oh my. Stop, please, every pony. I'm sorry, little birdie, but I must ask you to stop being such a terrible singer or I'll have to eat you. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hello. I didn't kill her! Wow. For a creature tamer, you sure are a real yellow belly. Awkward silence. Yeah. But I actually like that joke. Because yellow belly means, and I'm lucky that I actually found that term. Yellow belly means being scared. Basically a scaredy cat. Wow, for a creature tamer, you sure are a real yellow belly. Because you're yellow and you have a belly that is also yellow. So you are a yellow belly. I'm funny. Please laugh at my jokes. And instead of a laugh, we get a... You're such a fucking bitch. bitch. I'm sorry, what was that? I said you're such a fucking bitch. I didn't quite catch that. Actually, I don't even know if she actually didn't hear her or if she's just getting her to say it loud and in her face and to her face. But yeah, didn't quite catch that. Just go die. Just go die. Well, she seems harmless. A baby dragon! Oh, you have your own killer dragon! Told ya I'm a killer. Oh, I absolutely adore dragons. They're just so intimidating and destructive. Well, in that case, welcome to the team. Wait, can I ask you something? What do you want to know? Welcome to what team? Ugh. Well, and then it's just... I actually like that joke. I don't know what Purple Star's being a bitch about. Like, she didn't specify anything. She just said, welcome to the team. Well, don't be a bitch if you're not gonna explain what team. She has literally no context. So, Purple Star, you really are such a fucking bitch. Butterfly Butt was right. Anyway. Let me see if Vinyl said anything. Like, if she texted me. No, she didn't. Okay. I was just wondering in case like something. It's not like her being away for the time she has would be unusual. It's just like if there was like a reason she would have to like leave. Actually leave like for the entirety of the stream, and she would have messaged me. She didn't message me, so I'm gonna assume that everything's fine. But I am gonna take this opportunity to retweet the link to my stream on Twitter again. Again, follow me on Twitter. If you wanna keep updated on everything that I do. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. So yeah, follow me on Twitter if you wanna stay updated, and I'm gonna retweet that link. It's yeah. I shouldn't justify myself. I'm pretty sure if you stuck around for like 1.5 hours, then you're gonna stick around for 5 minutes of me linking my stream. So when that's done, let me just read this tweet. It's important. Seriously, it's one, and then I'm gonna get back to you. Yep. Okay. And then we are gonna get back. Yeah. And then Purple Star ran away because she didn't want a new coat color. Well, and then we met you. Should I tell you about that too? Oh, we're here! I'll stay in this library until my plan is complete. We should probably go to sleep now. I'll see you tomorrow. Or not. Do you think you got your army complete now? I don't know, Slave. We got quite a few good we got quite a few good soldiers, but I think it would be nice to also have some pony who can use a bigger weapon like a cannon or something. Now where's the light? Freeze! I have chosen you to join my army and kill Hot Plot so you can become the new princess. Since when is that the plan? Freeze! I have chosen you to join my army and kill Hot Plot so I can become the new princess. Wait a minute. That's my plan. Stupid purple horsey. Every pony wants to kill Hot Blood. She has brought doom and destruction over Hasbronia for many millennia. I have worked on a plan to destroy her for years, and now that it has come to perfection, I am ready to recruit my army. Remember when I saw you earlier and said the end is nay? Do you? Well, the moment I saw you, I knew you were perfect to be my last recruit. And that means the end of Hot Blood's tyranny is nay. See, I even recruited a few other ponies, and I will be the leader of you all. That probably looked very interesting. Yeah, you know, voice actors also act with their face and their everything. So I'm not weird, I'm just a voice actor. Okay, voice actors are weird, but I'm not weird in terms of voice actors. What was that face again, Liebchen? Oh, she's so cute when she's crying. Hey, Purple Star, you gotta see this. Spiked Punch got drunk and puked all over the floor. Oh, great. Now guess who's gonna have to clean that up later? Who cares about later? Think about now. Yeah, and right about now, I'm thinking about who's gonna have to clean that up. You know, you shouldn't just lie there the whole time. You shouldn't just lie in here the whole time. I'm not gonna go down and party with those ponies. That's also a weird way how I pronounce that in the original. Like, I'm not gonna go down and party with those ponies. Like, weirdly, like, very harsh. Like, I'm not gonna go down and party with those ponies. That is how I said that. That was the point. I think that was the point where I was trying to get more out because I had almost no voice acting experience when I voiced this originally. And that was around the time where I was trying to get into it. Vinyl?
Eating cheesecake.
Hello?
I'm back. I just arrived, by the way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you missed General Weirdness and Butterfly Butt and Rainbow Ass and Vice Versa.
The main.
Yes. You missed every character.
Legit. Because I was having.
I was trying to like to talk about stuff to like draw it out enough so that you would be back in time, but unfortunately that didn't work. And you just missed everything. Yeah, okay, so should I continue or do you want to say anything?
I'm eating cheese.
What are you eating?
Cheese.
You're cutting off.
Oh my god.
Cheesecake?
I'm eating cheese.
You always cut off at the same point. Is it cheese or is it cheesecake?
Cheese.
You always cut off after you say
my
cheese.
God.
Yeah, just type it. Cheesecake. Okay, glad we cleared that up. Seriously, you always cut off right after cheese. I'm eating cheese. I'm eating cheese.
Discord does not like me saying.
Oh my god, you actually cut off when you were about to say that.
Oh my god. What is with my
Discord doesn't like me talk about. Well, enjoy your cheesecake. British internet, yeah. I don't know how British internet is, but I would assume, yeah. Yeah, my cheeks are starting to hurt from laughing and grinning. So I'm gonna sue you for hurting me. Um, and I'm gonna take all your cheesecake. I'm gonna sue you for all your cheesecake.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I can't help that I'm, and I bring life to other people. I can't help that I bring life to other people and I make them laugh. You know, like I'm not even doing it on. I don't even know that I'm doing. You're suing me. You know, like being me.
Aw. Actually, I think my internet is also getting a little bit weaker. The stream doesn't seem to be running very fluid right now. I hope that gets better. I think it does actually. It is more fluid now. So I guess I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, that like that I got, is that from you or is that from our mystery viewer?
It's from our mystery
Ooh.
viewer. He'll get some ooze and
Ooh.
ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yep, now my connection is better again. Okay, so moving on. Honestly, I don't care what you do, but you shouldn't block the only room for other ponies who might want to get it on. Have you never been on a party? That's the weird thing with Slave. Sometimes he's an innocent little bean, sometimes he actually like knows stuff that he shouldn't. The internet is canonically corrupting him. Like as we learn in episode 3, I'm a preteen dragon boy with access to the internet.
Dun dun.
Yeah, like again, if you are a kid, do your homeworks and don't watch the stream, or else you're gonna end up like Slave.
Pay your taxes.
Yes.
Pay your taxes, children.
Mm-hmm. It's important. If you don't pay your taxes, then I actually don't know what's gonna happen. I think you get into jail. I think you go to jail. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, you'll lose a house.
Yeah.
You'll lose everything.
You know what?
Especially if you don't pay. So remember to pay rent.
Yeah, children, remember to pay rent, or else you'll have to live in a tent, and then you wouldn't be so content. And now let me continue with my content.
Oh my.
do I do I win something for that?
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm gonna reward myself a piece of chocolate.
You have a cookie from.
Oh, I also have chocolate, but that cookie is nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, break time's over. Let's get back to.
Snack break.
Yep. No, not for you. You can keep enjoying your cheesecake. Enjoy it while you can. Dun dun
Oh my
dun.
god, it just fell over. Okay.
It just fell over.
Yeah. Oh my god. It keeps falling over. I'm gonna leave it.
So, yeah. Have you never been on a party? I actually never mind. I love how yes, Slave is the butt of a lot of jokes. But every now and then he regains control by pointing out how much more pathetic Purple Star is. I love it. Why is there a party anyway? It's a library, for crying out loud. Again, a line that I find very interesting how I did it in the original. Why is there a party anyway? It's a library, for crying out loud. Like this fake scream. And so slow. Also, the other one that you didn't hear because you weren't back yet. I'm not gonna go down and party with those ponies. Like, so weird how I said these things. Anyway, I don't know, but General Witness says a good leader knows how to entertain his soldiers. I wish I had written their soldiers, because General Witness is not a guy. Or is he? No, seriously, I remember actually thinking if I should write his soldiers or her soldiers, because technically that was my thought process. General Weirdness and also Purple Star are both female, so it would be her soldiers. But then I thought, yeah, but to keep it more general, not General Weirdness, but like general, like most generals are male, and that's why I used the word his. What I should have used instead was their. A good leader knows how to entertain their soldiers. But you can forgive me, I was 17 when I wrote that. I didn't know as much as I do now. Anyway. I am the leader of the whole operation, and just when I had found a few volunteers, she just came out of nowhere and took them away. Again, a line that I voiced very weirdly in the original. I am the leader of the whole operation, and just when I had found a few volunteers, she just came out of nowhere and took them away. And I remember I had to slow the footage down a lot to even make it fit to that slow talking. She just came out of nowhere and took them away. Like, she talks much faster in the actual footage, and I had to slow it down a lot. Oh, another thing that I did in the first episode, I don't know if I've ever said it. In the first episode, I didn't just adjust the speed of the video footage. I also sometimes adjusted the speed of the voice lines, which is why they sometimes sound so weird, because they're actually a little bit sped up. So I wouldn't. My thought process was, if I speed up both, like if I slow down the video and speed up the line, then both differences are gonna be more subtle. But you can hear the difference. You may not necessarily see the difference, but you can hear it. You can hear when the lines were sped up. And that makes it sound even a little bit worse than it already did. So, yeah. But I have moved on from my past mistakes. I am a better person now than I was back then. Anyway, okay. I don't know, Purple Star. General Weirdness has proved that she had the idea first, so technically she has the right to lead the whole act. Well, if you want to play any part in this in the plan at all, you'll have to accept General Weirdness as your leader. You'll have to accept General Weirdness as your Lord and Savior. If you want to play any part in the play now, you'll have to accept general witness as a leader. Hey, I got an idea. The book said planned. The book said Hotplot banned her sister Crescent to the moon. I'm sure she would help me get revenge. Maybe I can perform a spell that will aid in her escape. Purple Star, the time has come to strike. Yeah, I'm coming. The spell won't be easy. Its effect will be delayed by a few minutes. But to forestall the pink pony, I have to try. Forestall, more like forestallion, am I right? Ooh, and now you're getting. Oh, I was gonna say now you're getting your general weirdness, but the video is once again of a little less good quality. It should be fine in a moment. So, Vinyl, you're now gonna get finally some general weirdness. Although maybe I should wait until the stream is better because it is quite not so good right now.
It's not great.
Yeah. You know, I am planning on getting an Ethernet cable, and that should hopefully help. I've been told. We're almost at 2 hours, which is why I would say maybe we should continue the second episode in another stream. We could space it out a little bit. What do you think, Vinyl?
Yeah.
We could do one episode per stream, which should be about 2 hours per stream with all my side tangents and everything. But yeah, that means we're gonna finish this episode and then we're gonna have some final words. I'm sorry you didn't get the chance to hijack the stream, but I hope the cheesecake makes up for it. Well, and otherwise, we're gonna finish this episode, have some final words, and then we're gonna cut the stream. So let's get through this. Yay! I'm saying this like it's a chore. Let's get through this. Yay! Okay. So, general weirdness. Coming now. The time has finally come. After all these years, Hotplot will pay for her crimes against ponykind. Only at rare occasions Hotplot is vulnerable and can be attacked. Everywhere in this room are my skilled assassins whom I had trained for decades, just for this very moment. As soon as Hotplot will appear on that balcony, they will strike and I will be the new princess. Today Hasbronia, tomorrow the world. Yes.
Small fangirl noises.
Aw, I have a fangirl. Or maybe it's just general weirdness who has a fangirl, I don't know.
You'll never.
General weirdness has her own fan club, and it's a cult. I could actually see that happening. So, then now comes the character Mayor Election Fraud. Faith and gentle cough. Blah 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 blah. The white, the privileged Princess Hotplot. She's gone. Leon Disney. voice is actually very similar to Rainbow S, so I actually have to try and differentiate that. Fatality. Which is not in the script. Like, the fatality is not in the script. That's just like, I improvised that. Is it still in the episode? I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know why I would cut it. I mean, why I would have cut it back then. Well, I don't even play Mortal Kombat. I just randomly thought of that. Okay. After all this time imprisoned on the moon, some pony has finally released me. Now, who did it? Was it you? Was it you? Now tell me, pony folks, who of you was it setting me free? It was me! It was only me! Purple Star! Disney! Well. Some pony who is either brave or foolish enough to free the most dangerous criminal in all of Hasbronia. By the way, I'm so proud of that name, Hasbronia. Which, by the way, is spelled Hasbronia. Yes, it is. It ends on a YIA. Because it is like the Y from Brony, and then IA as in Ia. As in like a place, like Philadelphia, or Ponylandia. I don't know. What is that place? In one of the older generations?
Equestria.
No, in one of... Yeah, actually, Equestria too, but I meant in one of the older generations. There was like... Something similar to Philadelphia, was it?
I actually don't know.
Me neither. Anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, so it is actually YIA. I just want to point that out because it is purposely a very weird way to spell it. Okay. I freed you so you would assist me in killing Hotplot. Now isn't that cute? Are you not aware that I always work alone? Well, I... Oh, the laugh is actually not in the script. Remember this day, little ponies. From this moment forth, Hasbronia has a new ruler, and you will worship her full moon forever! Hey, I found a penny! I actually need to change that because this character is called Background Pony, when actually that character's name is Penny. Hey, I found a penny! That was also a line that was improvised and then later added to the script just because... Well, so I was recording background noise, like blah 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 blah, and woo, this woo. I'm gonna get to that later because there's an interesting story behind that too. Like for the party and for this, like the last part, like everywhere where there's a crowd, it's like blah 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 blah. That's basically everything they can say. They're like these meep fish from SpongeBob. It's like meep 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 meep. Literally the crowd in Welcome to the H.E.R.D communicates through blah blahs and woos. Those are the two means of communicating. There's an entire language based around that. I don't know if it's as funny as like the thing that Friendship is Witchcraft does with the walking, grab, stick, bigger stick, stone, that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's as funny, but I like to think that it's at least somewhere up there. It's not as original, definitely, but hopefully still funny. And about that, woo, that is actually that actually wasn't originally a stock like a crowd sound effect. That actually came from one background character line during that party where Slave is like coming in with that lampshade on his head. And there's like a character in the background who's like, yeah, this is the best party ever! Woo! And then I needed and then for the part where where they're like surprise, and they don't actually say surprise, but I needed some sound for that, and I realized that I didn't have any, and I was too lazy to go back to the recording, back to recording. And so I just took this line that I had recorded, took out the woo, and just used that over and over. Because I was lazy. And so it's like, now where's the light? And then the light clicks on and everyone's like, woo! Yeah. And about that, hey, I found a penny. That's one of those lines that I just improvised, and it wasn't supposed to go at this part. It was just supposed to be like background stuff. Like, for example, they talked. The background characters said different things. Like, for example, what are you gonna do after we kill the princess? And that kind of stuff. Like, just background chatter. And then there was one person who was like, hey, I found a penny. And then for some reason I was like, hey, like, not. Yeah, I say this like it was a bad idea, but I think it was a good idea. But like, I just randomly thought, okay, what if I take this line and put it right after, like right at the end as it's fading out after this really dramatic ending. Like, you have like the character laughing and they're gonna take over the world and they're gonna put a wrench in the plans of the main characters, and then it's like, hey, I found a penny. It's not all bad. It's a good. All's well that ends well. It's a good ending after all. Somebody pound a penny. Somebody found a penny. um, also, what as I recently rewatched the first episode, I realized it's really funny how the first episode ends on like this villain laughing and there's thunder and you see Twilight and it's like, oh no, and then it's like My Little Pony.
Yeah.
It's like
It's just like a dramatic ending, and it's just like.
It's the first of
My
many.
Little Pony.
It's the first of many.
Honestly.
Yes. But I did realize actually, they did actually fade it in a little bit. Like usually it's like My Little Pony, and in this episode they actually faded it in so it comes in a little bit softer and a little bit more subtle, a little bit less sudden. Um, and it's really subtle. You don't notice. I only noticed it because I was paying attention to details. Um,
Yeah.
and so it was like. By the way, did you ever notice that throughout the entire time of Twilight going around and meeting the characters, you hear birds chirping in the background, like the entire time. It's like there's actually ambient sound, and that's really cool, I think.
Really?
Yes. There was like a lot of attention to detail that they put in.
Damn, I never noticed that. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, but it's really subtle. You really need to pay attention to the details to even notice that. Yeah. So that was the reading of the first episode, and next time we're gonna do the second one, um, and then we're gonna have a slightly prettier picture of full moon holding her ass into the camera. But you know, it is gonna be prettier than this. And this is the most prettiest.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see it right now because of the delay, but you're gonna see it right. In a couple of seconds, you're gonna see it. Um. Yeah. So now that we have concluded this first episode, and I would say we're like I'm gonna do the next episode next week, around the same time. I don't know if Vinyl's gonna be there. That's up to Vinyl. Vinyl, what do you think right now? Are you gonna be there? Are you not?
I think and hope so.
Well, I certainly hope so too.
We'll see.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Um. So no promises, but we both hope
No.
that Vinyl's gonna be there again. So let's hope the best. I'm seeing right now. I have the ugliest freeze frames. Like what? Seriously, it goes from this to this. Like from one, you know this like visual gag that's sometimes in shows where they're like playing footage of something like in that show, and then they pause it,
Yeah.
and it's like in the most awkward pose, like half blinking and a weird face. And I remember this joke on The Simpsons where Moe, like the barkeeper, was like showing footage of himself, like him doing a recipe, and then he pauses it, and he's like, "Oh, that's an awkward face." Uh, clicks play, then pause again, another awkward face, again, another awkward face. It's all just ugly faces. Yeah, and that's basically what just happened to me on stream. Yeah, lovely. So, any vinyl words? Damn it, I ruined it. Any vinyl words?
Uh, Stay in school.
Do your homeworks? Do your taxes?
Do your taxes.
Yeah.
Do your homework. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Get
Don't drink. Don't swear. Go to church.
knit that sweat.
Always,
That
always
Don't burn
pray
that
before you eat. It's the responsible
Never
thing.
wear green in your dress.
Never wear white socks and sandals. Never. Like, all of these are jokes. This one, I'm dead
Never-
serious. Don't do it.
Yeah, legit. Never eat yellow snow,
Mm.
and always look both ways before crossing the road.
Yes. And if you want to go extra safe, watch all four ways. Like, watch to your left, watch to your right, then look forward, and then look behind you, because you never know if you're being followed.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if someone comes up to you and says, "Do you want some candy?" There's some in my white van. Punch them in the face and run.
Yes. Exactly. I can only second that, because it's always the white vans that are especially. This sounds so racist, but like, yeah. And say please and thank.
Yes, always.
Please and thank you.
Always, like manners. Manners go a long way.
Yes,
It
and
doesn't take effort to be a nice person.
and to reference a way more successful YouTuber than me, wear your seatbelt. Do you know who that is, Vinyl?
I think so.
He's called The Odd Ones Out.
Yes.
Yeah, he does storytime videos. Yeah, so support him. He's funny. He makes funny videos. If you don't like funny
Do
videos,
you
if you hate jokes, then probably you shouldn't watch him. But yeah,
yeah.
just a disclaimer. But
Did you put the link to Mother Crystal?
not yet. But it's a good thing you reminded me. I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah,
Um,
just a reminder, if you want to go and check out Mother Chrysalis, then click the link in the description below when
that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it in the description. I'm gonna put it in the live chat, but I'm not sure if I can put it in the description. But I will share it on Twitter. So
yeah.
follow me
Just
there.
find the link.
This turned from you promoting your stuff to me turning it around and making it about me and promoting my stuff. Check out her show by following me on Twitter.
It's a double promotion.
Yes, cross promo.
It's a 2-in-1.
Hmm.
2-in-1 off.
Um.
If you go and check out, you can also check out Jumpy's Twitter. So it's a 2-in-1 package deal. So
Yeah. And
there you go.
also, Vinyl, do you have a Patreon?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Okay. I do have a Patreon. So if you're looking to lose some money, or if you're British, if you're looking to lose some pounds, get on down to my Patreon where you can support me and my show and streams like these. It's not like I paid Vinyl to be in here, but like, if enough of you support me, I could technically pay her to be in these streams. So, but just in general, supporting me would go a long.
Patreon, so I can get paid on these.
Yeah. So
I'm joking. You don't need to pay me.
so supporting me would go a very long way. Like seriously, I would really appreciate it. So if you have any any love to spare, if you have any, let's call it what it is. If you have any money to spare, and you want to support me and this channel and my content,
if you have any shits to give, you know.
yes. I mean, don't send me shit, but like.
No, this is clearly this is all hypothetical.
Yes.
Don't actually give him shit.
It is metaphorical shit. Give me all your metaphorical shit.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking up Mother Chrysalis right now. It's a little bit hard to talk and oh my god, I have Mother and Cry because I misspelled Chrysalis, and you don't wanna see the results that it gives me on YouTube. That is sick.
Oh my god.
Don't look it up, kids. Seriously?
Don't do it.
This is Vinyl, I can hear you looking it up.
No, I'm not. I'm getting the link.
Mm. Like Vinyl, you're old enough that you can look it up, but like, yeah. Is there only one episode out, or is there like a playlist? Oh, there is a playlist. Okay, I'm getting the link now.
Come on, big brother.
Oh, that was Wopcake, wasn't it? The very start. Oh yeah, right. Wopcake is in this, isn't she? Wait, is Wopcake in this project? Yeah, she is. Wopcake is in this project. So if you like Wopcake, who did she voice again? Twilight?
Twilight.
Yes. So
if you like Webcake, go and
yes, watch or listen to Mother Chrysalis. So I'm.
I put the link in
Oh, you already
the
did.
live chat.
Oh, live chat even.
Yep.
Okay, I can't. Okay, so I shouldn't put this on that screen because then you would see the stream and the stream code and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could have talked about with you that we didn't even touch on. So we definitely have material for future streams. Again,
Mhm.
this is gonna be next week, also on Saturday, around the same time. Maybe a bit earlier, maybe a bit later. I'll keep you updated on Twitter. So again, if you don't wanna miss the stream, follow me on Twitter, and I'll keep you updated. I honestly can't see the full extent of the live chat, so I can't actually see the link. Weirdly. Okay, you know what? This is really. You have definitely put it in, so I can. If I end the stream now, it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna cut the stream. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you sticking around for 2.5 hours. Yeah, and also thank you, Vinyl, for being here. You made this so much more fun than it would have been otherwise. Not
You are very welcome.
not that it wouldn't have been fun either way, but you like to say the fun has been doubled would be an understatement, and also a reference, but it would be an understatement.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank at least tripled, at least. So thank you.
Yes.
And
You are very welcome. Happy
yeah.
to be here.
She says that because I secretly do pay her in cheesecake.
Yes.
Okay, I'm cutting the stream now. Bye. Vinyl, do you want to say bye?
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Like a children's show.